Yes, he loves you. But did he burn the whole gas station because some cashier men touched you? Hmm? I don't think so.
I have read 98 books this year, so let's talk about some of my favorite books that I have read. And I say some because I have read a lot of good books this year, and I had a really hard time deciding what my top 10 were. So let's get into it. First up is Ruin by Gillian West. This is a debut romantasy. It's like Hades and Persephone retelling. This was so good. I absolutely devoured this book front to back. Like, it was amazing. And if you don't have this book on your TBR, you need to, okay? Split or Swallow by Lindsay Straub. This book was a wild ride, okay? This book was crazy, and I absolutely loved every single second of it. 5 out of 5 stars. First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I'm actually currently reading this. I'm about 100 pages in, and the way I am obsessed with these characters and this story should be scientifically studied, okay? This book is going to be like a 6 out of 5 stars for me. Amazing. Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Moss. This book was so good. I literally could not put this book down, and I cannot wait for book 2. Like, I needed it yesterday, okay? A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I actually went into this book completely blind, and I was taken aback by how much I love this book. It is a retelling of Dracula and his brides, and I literally own 3 editions of it now. It's incredible, and you really, really need to add this to your 2025 TBR. Trust me. Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. This is like the Hunger Games meets Haunted Mansion meets Danny Phantom, and it literally, I will never get this book out of my mind. 10 out of 10, okay? You need to read this immediately. This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. And if you don't already know, I'm a huge Kennedy Ryan fan. Before I Let Go, which is the first book to this one, is one of my favorite books of all time. And This Could Be Us was absolutely perfection. Like, the character development, the romance, I can go on and on all day about how much I love this book. Keep Me by Sarah Kate. This book was so good. I could not put it down, all right? Not even to eat, sleep, or breathe. I had this book in my hands at all times. The MMC was so grumpy, just the way I like them. And This Marriage of Convenience is a must read. Quicksilver by Callie Hart is one of my top reads of all time. Okay, this romantasy was it. It is everything. Fisher, he is one of my top fictional book boyfriends of all time. And if that doesn't convince you, well, I don't know what will, because this book was amazing and you need to read this like right now, okay? A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle Jensen. I could go on all day about how much I loved this book. This is a Norse-inspired fantasy romance, and I devoured this, okay? It was incredible, and the writing, the pacing was perfection. Those are some of my top favorite reads of 2024, and if you don't already have these added to your TBR, this is your sign. Happy reading!
If you thought you were this kind of reader, but then found out you were also this kind of reader, but then to your surprise, you're also this kind of reader, you and I are the same, and welcome, because we need to be friends and talk about books.
Romance books. These are my favorite. I am going to be sharing these with you guys because these literally had me running around my room, squealing, giggling, kicking my feet. These have all of my favorite book boyfriends, and so if you guys need a good book boyfriend, I got you guys. Okay, starting off with one of my most recent reads and favorite reads is Tell Me It's Right by Katie Wismer. This romance book literally made me so happy. I could not put this book down. I was obsessed with this story. It is a brother's best friend trope. It is a slow burn situation. It literally had like the perfect amount of spice, not too much, not too little. Literally a perfect romance book in my opinion. Look how obsessed. I tabbed like every other page. I thank my lucky stars that this is a series. This is book 1. I don't think book 2 is out yet, but when it comes out, I will let you guys know. If it is as good as this, I'm gonna be a very happy girl. Next is Brushing Off Business by Amira Denali. I literally talk about this book all the time on here because I am genuinely obsessed with this romance book. This is like Grumpy and Sunshine trope, except the girl is like the grumpier one and the guy is like the golden retriever Sunshine. Literally fell in love with this man. He is the perfect example of a healthy and stable man. And one of the reasons I fell in love with this book was because I felt like it was a very beautiful representation of a healthy relationship. None of that toxic stuff. I don't really like those kinds of like romance stories, but this was such a beautiful book. I loved it so much. Just read her second book, Designs on You, and it was super cute. First one is still and probably will always be my favorite, but this series is super underrated. You guys should definitely check it out. I'm literally obsessed. Do I even need to say anything else? You guys know I talk about this all the time on here. Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. This entire series is literally my heart. I'm obsessed with these characters. I'm obsessed with the plot. Such a beautiful romance story, but at the same time, it's not just a romance story. There are so many other things that are happening in this book that genuinely make it such a special book and series. You will forever be obsessed with this series. If you want a series that you can really like grow with and connect with, this is the romance series for you. This is so cute and it's for the girlies. I will stand by that. This is for the girlies. Also, Johnny Kavanaugh, I love you. Next is The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. This is a historical fiction romance and it is such a beautiful story. I cried so hard reading this. You don't understand. In my opinion, one of the most incredible romance stories I've been able to experience. Literally had so much to write about this in my review. I literally wrote, I can't think of one thing wrong with this book. I have no criticism for this novel, other than the fact that I wish it could have kept going because I was so sad it ended. I feel as if the kind of love in this story is the kind of love that everybody wishes that they could experience. And so I think that's why it was such a special story in my opinion. I was absolutely obsessed with this book. It makes sense. Next is Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. This is a fantasy and romance. So this is a romantasy book. Again, I fell absolutely head over heels in love for this man in this book. Has such a beautiful romance. It has slow burn, which is literally my favorite trope in a romance ever. He is literally obsessed with her, and that, in my opinion, is the only way it should ever be, which is why I loved this book. One of my favorite romantasy books ever. Not only does this book have a beautiful romance story, it is super cool. The plot is so entertaining. This book has dragons, it has action. Literally the perfect romantasy book right here, guys. Right here. If you want a new favorite book boyfriend, read this. Last, of course, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in the ACOTAR series. If you guys have not read that series, it is a very popular series and it is worth the hype. This man was my very, very first book boyfriend ever. So I think he will always be number one because he was always the first. This book is absolutely incredible. This is the second book and this is really where the romance unfolds and the love story starts. I literally just couldn't get enough. It's one of those books that is addicting and the romance story is like you want more, you want more, you want more, so you keep reading it. If you guys have not read this book or this series, please read it. It is worth the hype and you will fall in love. Okay friends, that is all for today. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys get to read some of these or have read some of these. Let me know in the comments which ones you guys read and which ones you guys want to read. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much and I will see you guys in the next video.
What's up, Alex?
What's up, Sunshine?
What's up, Mr. Larson?
What's up, Princess?
What's up, Josh?
What's up, Red?
What's up, Christian?
What's up, Butterfly?